I know what you're thinking. Ailene, you just got back from holiday in the South Island. Of course you found wonder.
Well, yes, wonder's pretty easy when you're travelling down the west coast, around Lake Wakatipu, over to Milford Sound, past Aoraki Mount Cook, and up through Kaikoura back to Nelson.
But you know what? The moments I'm going to share with you today, those things that gave me a tingly excited feeling and made my intuition poke me in the ribs, they were all unexpected.
And since I'm practicing saying yes to my intuition, this video is where I'm paying attention and following it through, without judgment or having to explain it or even knowing where it will lead. The landscape had turned from lush orchards growing fruit into brown hills growing rocks. We saw a lake surrounded by weeds and willows, the first green we'd seen in kilometres, and decided to stop. We walked up the dusty lakeside track, winding our way along a brown carpet dotted with lupins and stacks of schist. The brown wasn't dirt, but a ground cover plant. We paused to pick a stem, and the air exploded with the smell of thyme. It was raining. We nearly didn't stop, but we hadn't been before, so we donned jackets and trekked up the path. We found the coast, along with wind, rain, and a roiling sea that smashed itself against the rocks. Further down the coast, and it was still raining. We found the sea again. This time we stood above towers of horizontal schist, jutting up from the earth like giant stepping stones. Waves foamed around the feet of the rocks, roaring up through holes to explode in clouds of white spray. We watched the giant sperm whale take his last breath before flicking up his tail and sinking beneath the waves. And then we found a pod of dusky dolphins. They greeted our arrival by swimming up to the boat and gleefully showing off their acrobatic and racing skills. Lithe blue, black and white bodies leapt and twisted and splashed. They made a lot of noise, puffing small clouds of water from their blowholes and whooshing up out of the waves, slapping their tails with a crack as they fell back in. You'd go straight past the entrance unless you knew it was there. We slipped around boulders lurking just under the waves, past steep banks of rock and into the cove. The water stretched out in a rippling turquoise sheet, shaded at the edges by trees, and brightened in the middle by reflections of the sky. Out of the wind, the sun was hot on our faces.
Thanks for watching. I'll leave you with this quote by Jen Loudon.
Wonder may come to you more easily in a new environment, but know that wonder is also waiting for you in your kitchen, in the books you've already read, on your best friend's face, on your daily walk.
How are you following the yes in your life?